Happy New Year, everyone. Hey, thank you for tuning in. If you don't know me, I am Mike Asherbrenner, professionally known as the Redneck Connector and proud and humble leader of the Hounds of Business Community. And right here, lady needs no introduction, Dr. Constance Leland, Dr. CJ of Level Up Academy. My goodness, it's like when they put PB and J in the same jar. 20 years ago, I'm still talking about it, right? How are you today?
I am good. How are you today? Happy New Year, bro. Like we're gonna say Happy New Year for the next 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say me and Kevin was talking about Kevin Smith back there because we got kindness worldwide in the house. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. But I'm gonna probably say it until June. I don't know. This till people give me weird looks. I don't know. I have some fun, right? I take my business serious, but if I don't take myself seriously. That's why my hair quit falling out. It's a good deal. So, hey, have you met Kevin? You really haven't. I mean, you've had a couple times, but we got some special guests. Kevin brought in some amazing people in the music world. I'm not going to talk. I tell you what, I just wanted to make sure some folks are here. So let's see. The hounds pile in. Check it out. Royce
Ooh,
Blake is in the house, Mr. Radio Voice. Uh,
hey.
check it out.
Kimmy's here. What's up,
Good
Kimmy?
to
Noni's here. I met Noni in person.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Really? But Noni, you
Yeah.
got to bring yourself over here to Kentucky. She's country too. She's kind of country. So we
Uh,
got
yeah.
Noni with OZK. We got David.
David, where are you in SoCal? I'm in San Diego. I'm in SoCal too.
LinkedIn
LinkedIn.
user. Is that Sarah? Is that Sarah
Mhm.
P?
No idea. Probably.
Oh
Hello,
my goodness. They're
hello.
piling in.
Yes.
Hey, would you like to? I tell you what, we're going to do something special. We're going to play this video about kindness worldwide. That we're going to bring these amazing folks up. You ready?
Yeah, let's bring them in. What is going on?
All right. Hey, no hounds video. We're going to show this video, guys. This is unbelievable. Wait till you hear this story and see what these amazing folks got. Thank you for coming in. Love you guys. And hey, let's do it.
Can a random act of kindness spawn a worldwide movement? Yes, it can. When a wallet was returned just moments after it was lost, a purpose was found. This one act of kindness inspired the formation of the nonprofit Kindness Worldwide, with a vision to inspire a culture of kindness in communities throughout the world. Our signature initiative, Kindness Week Worldwide, launched in York, Pennsylvania, saw the entire community mobilized to celebrate kindness in many forms. Kindness Week featured initiatives and playbook programs, including blood drives, kindness cards, K-12 and college students embracing kindness, acts of service and charity, as well as an innovative means of community policing, kindness citations. York Police Commissioner Michael Muldrow personally took to the streets in search of York citizens helping each other through kindness.
It's time to kick off Kindness Week. We're going to be writing citations, but we're going to be writing citations for the good stuff that people are seeing around the communities. Everything that you do for this community is important, it's impactful, and it's necessary. And I just want you to know that you're appreciated. So you had to be the first person to be issued a kindness citation.
Appreciated, for real.
This movement that was inspired by a single act of kindness has begun to spread through communities all across our nation and led us to the World Kindness Movement 11th General Assembly in Palermo, Italy, where delegates from 40 nations across the globe came together, unified in their call to action to government officials worldwide and the United Nations to embrace our vision of creating a worldwide culture of kindness. From Pennsylvania to Maryland and California, to Greece, Australia, and beyond, the movement has already begun. We invite you to join this powerful and important movement inspired by kindness worldwide.
We have weeks, even months, to celebrate broadly many things. Why not the same for kindness? So I call on and welcome every elected official, mayor, commissioner, supervisor, chancellor, governor, prime minister, and president of every community, state, province, region, and country in the world to do it. Let's elevate kindness to the global shared value that represents all of humanity. I also urge the United Nations to show its leadership and support. Despite our differences, can't every member nation at least agree on the need for humanity to stand on a shared platform that connects us? Kindness is that platform. So vote. It's one unanimous vote our world expects. There's no reason not to, and every reason we must. One kind act, followed by another, one person, and one community at a time. That's how we change the world, and that's the vision of kindness worldwide. So let's strive to be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people, in each and every moment, in each and every interaction, in each and every day. If we do, our world will be forever changed. As we do, be mindful and grateful. Let's use the power we possess to be the change we wish to see in the world. Together, let's change the world.
All right. Wow. I don't know about you, but man, I got goosebumps. Ain't that the way to bring the new year in? Spreading kindness worldwide. And speaking of that, here is Mr. Kindness himself, Kevin Smith. How are you today? Happy New Year, my friend.
Well, thanks. Happy New Year to you and everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. I tell you, whenever I see that video, it makes me emotional because it just makes me reflect back to where this journey began. Just one act of kindness on Good Friday morning, 2023, and how far it's come in just a short period of time. Most people don't realize that Kindness Worldwide was only launched on November 9th, 2023. It's been barely more than a year. And this act of kindness that inspired me to form Kindness Worldwide was just 7 months before that on Good Friday morning in April 2023. And so just to reflect back and to see all that's occurred and it continues to occur, honestly, it's nothing short of, it certainly is magical, if not miraculous, because few would have believed it. I have a hard time even believing how far it's come, but we're just getting started. Palermo wasn't the end of the story, it's just the beginning. So I'm really excited, happy to be here.
My goodness. Well, CJ, we're going to I assume everybody heard the story, and I like to make Kevin blush. He don't like it, but hey, Kevin, look, you have built a very successful business, right? We're both in the finance sector. I always joke about wanting to be you when I grow up, right? But what I find fascinating, right? Tell us the story. You essentially was just going about life as usual, and then something happened, and instead of kind of brushing it off and saying, "Oh, that was nice," man, you went on a goose chase. So give us the little story, while you do that, let's bring up the great folks you brought with us, these amazing hearted musicians. You want to bring them up on stage while you tell the story?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tracy M. Palmer is here with me and Peter Botros, and just wonderful, heart-centered people that I've had the pleasure of getting to know on this journey. Again, all triggered by just one act of kindness as its catalyst. And, they each have transformative stories of the transformative power of kindness. So that certainly is something we all three have in common. But also music is a common thread. So I'm really excited that they're with us tonight. Really excited for you to hear their stories because I know their stories. It's very powerful. It's a story of the American dream and so much more. So again, really excited they could be with us tonight.
Absolutely. And we're going to let them chime in here soon. I promise, guys. I am just, look, we got so many great people in the house. Wow. So go ahead and give us the little version of that. If people aren't familiar with Kindness Worldwide, how it got started, I could hear this a million times. Go ahead, Kevin.
Well, you're asking me to describe the indescribable, so I will do my best and give you the Cliff Notes version. But Kindness Worldwide is really the story of the ripple effects of one act of kindness, again on Good Friday morning, 2023, that continued to endure and has now turned into a wave really spreading throughout the world. And it began innocently enough. My wife asked me to run an errand to go to the grocery store to pick up just 2 items. Now, that's a pretty simple task for everyone else, me, because I left a very important item behind, which is the wallet that you see here. And when I returned home and realized my wallet was missing, I started to panic like anyone would. And my finger was literally on the panic button, which is the ignition button of my car, to go back to the grocery store because I knew that's where I had to have left it behind. And in that precise moment, like an angel out of heaven, a young woman magically appears in my driveway holding my wallet, asking if it was mine. And I thanked her profusely at the time. I offered her a monetary reward. She refused to accept. Thankfully, I had the impulse to ask her name before she drove away, and it was Brooke. And when I walked back inside, I just felt I didn't do enough. I mean, she literally returned my wallet the moment she found it without hesitation. Apparently, I dropped it on the ground at the store. She literally went the extra mile, went above and beyond to return it immediately. And I felt a thank you wasn't enough, that I should have gone the extra mile for her and thank her in a more meaningful way. So I reached out to the news. I emailed multiple local news organizations. I thought, well, if they might cover the story, number one, it would inspire others. But more importantly, this young woman might see it and be acknowledged in the way that I felt she deserved. Well, a local reporter did cover the story, did an interview the following Monday. It aired and it went viral. It spread throughout the country. And yet I didn't yet know if this young woman was even aware of the story and all the positivity it had inspired. And again, all I knew was her first name. So it was a long shot, but no Hail Mary pass was ever caught that was never attempted. I decided to throw one of my own. And so I did a Hail Mary Facebook search under the name Brooke, and I scrolled what seemed like forever until a profile picture of a young woman and her dog emerged. And sure enough, it was her. And she actually thanked me for thanking her. She was very humble and modest throughout. And I was very appreciative that she knew about the story, but I still felt there was more I should do. And in any event, that profile picture of her dog probably led to a fascinating connection with the York County SPCA, a series and chain of events, countless coincidences not believe, and a fateful meeting I had later that month in April with the York County SPCA Executive Director, Stephen Martinez. And he was late for the meeting. I used to be on the board of directors of the York County SPCA, and Stephen would update me on the organization from time to time. And he was late for the meeting because of all things, he forgot his wallet. And that prompted me to share the story of my own lost wallet story and how I discovered this young woman due to the profile picture of her dog. And Stephen made a comment that really resonated with me. He said, you know, Kevin, I've always felt that pets are like social glue that bond people and communities together. And that was really the catalyst. That comment is what really gave me the idea to make a donation to the York County SPCA, at which this young woman, Brooke Dubs, will be honored. And also the idea of a community celebration of kindness, you know, at which she would be honored. Again, make a donation in her honor, but let's have this community celebration. Let's bring people and communities together. Pets are the glue. And this idea of a community celebration of kindness and all that well, then just became a fascinating life of its own. It ultimately inspired me to form Kindness Worldwide in November. We had people and communities come together in my home county of York, and we had Kindness Week proclamations, kindness citations being issued by police departments, not just in my home county of York, but in neighboring Adams County. Governor Shapiro of the state of Pennsylvania proclaimed Kindness Week, and accidentally, without even me knowing it, I had formed a model for kindness that we literally can bring to communities anywhere and everywhere throughout the world. And that's exactly what we're doing. The movement of Kindness Week Worldwide, our signature initiative, is literally spread to multiple communities, California, Delphi, Greece, Australia, and we're not going to stop there. As you heard in my call to action in Palermo, we're just getting started. And the vision is to ultimately have kindness elevated to the global shared value that represents all of humanity, and have Kindness Week Worldwide celebrated anywhere and everywhere throughout the world. So that was the Cliff Notes version. I might have gone on for more than a couple of minutes, but I'm just scratching the surface. I could go on for hours, and there's this kindness worldwide, and there are stories behind the stories that you wouldn't believe that really have led to this broader movement that's occurred. I mean, the vision of kindness worldwide is to create a culture of kindness in communities throughout the world. And there's multiple pathways that we can do that. Obviously, our signature initiative is Kindness Week Worldwide. We need to elevate kindness. I think kindness is humanity's greatest asset. I don't believe we do enough to celebrate it. We have days, weeks, even months to celebrate many things, but we should do more for kindness. And but also we can bring people and communities together through music. Music is a great unifier, and that certainly is going to be a theme of this evening. Music, like kindness, also transcends borders, cultures, distances, languages, and time. We can use artistic creation, technology. There's means we can use technology to bring people and communities together. There's like an app called A Heart to Help, just like Uber, connects people who want to be kind with people who have a need for kindness. So there's curriculums we can teach in schools. There are kindness citations that you saw we can issue to improve police community relations. So there are aspects, sports. There's so many initiatives we are about to launch, many of which I think will be groundbreaking. And the music element's one of them, which I know we're going to talk more about tonight. But, as I mentioned, my story itself is a beautiful story, but it's really our story. It's not mine. Many people like to think that this is a story of two strangers, Brooke Dubs and I, but I like to think of it more like Brooke Dubs wrote the introduction to the story by returning my wallet in this initial act of kindness. And it inspired me to write the foreword, to pay it forward, so to speak. But the most beautiful part of the story is what's going to happen next. The pen is now ours to write the rest of the story together. And, I believe in the heart and soul and character of my home community of York. I mean, it was really my belief in that alone. Very few people really believed in what I was trying to do that was possible, but I always believed in others. And I knew my home community, and boy, did they step up. And you saw some of the magic that happened here in York locally. I realized when my community, I always knew that they would, and the way that they did, that if something so magical can happen in York, it can happen anywhere and everywhere. And that's the magic we are literally trying to bring elsewhere throughout the country and the world. Because just like I believe in the heart, soul, and character of my home community of York, and Peter's a member of our home community and sees our community and loves our community and the wonderful community we have. I believe in the heart, soul, and character of communities throughout our country and the world, and really humanity at large. And, we want to really spread the ripple throughout the world. And Trace Gann, by the way, released a single called Ripple, which you're going to hear in a bit, and has a powerful story. So I've talked a lot, and I certainly want everyone to hear from them, because their stories, I assure you, are very, very powerful as well, and really complement my own very nicely.
I was going to ask that. So now that you're here, how are these handsome and beautiful people in our show, Mike? How are these connected? Now I'm like, okay, tell me more about the story. How are we doing with that? I would love to know. How did you guys get all connected? And I love that what everyone is saying here. Dr. Gina is very active on the chat. Thank you so much for doing that. The ripple effect that we're doing, right? Kindness worldwide. And so we have almost 200 countries. Let's go. Right? It's going to be a lifetime. And I love that, because kindness is free and not everyone is kind. And I think that everybody has a chance to be kind, not only to others, but to themselves. Sometimes we are so kind to others, but we forget to be kind to ourselves. There's so many of my friends right now suffering from non-kindness to themselves, self-sabotage, right? All of that things that we can't do. But I love to see the inspiration just blowing out everywhere. And I love to see the video that you put on here, Mike, because it really shows that kindness is free and that everyone has a chance to be kind to others. But let me hear the story. How is this connected?
Well, go ahead, Kevin.
Well, I think, again, Peter and I connected in a really another coincidence, which I'll let Peter touch on a bit. But maybe we can start with Tracy Ann, because, again, so much serendipity. I mean, how we connected, there's just so many stories. But, I mean, Tracy Ann, why don't we start with you? How we connected, your story, Ripple, which is a beautiful song everyone's going to hear. honestly, why don't we start with you and go from there?
Yeah. So I just, nothing happens by accident, right? And I had heard all about kindness worldwide through Randy McNally and Dr. Elia G. I've always felt very strongly about kindness. I've been told all my life that I'm too kind. I don't really know what that means. I don't, that phrase doesn't exist in my world. And I had taken on my music career last year, having come out of corporate America as an executive, and I thought I'm gonna hit that bucket list, and this was one of the things. And I wrote 14 songs, and one of them happened to be Ripple, which is all about love and kindness. And I heard all about Kevin Smith, and so I reached out and I said, "Hey, Kevin, I have this podcast. I would love you to be on this podcast." And Kevin, gracious, the man he is, he gets on the phone with me. And then he starts to tell me all about this amazing organization. Very shortly, we're both crying because he tells me all about Brooke. And he tells me all about this incredible experience. And all I'm in. I'm like, okay, how do I help? How do I support? What do we do? But I said, Kevin, I've written this song called Ripple. I'm about to record this song at Black Flute Studios right now, and it's all about love and kindness. And then Kevin's sharing with me everything he's doing with Peter around music and the inspiration. Music heals people's lives. It's a language we all understand. It's a beautiful language we all understand, and that's how we met. And it was so strange because had that been, 2 months earlier, 30 days earlier, that just wouldn't have even happened. But kindness is a movement that Kevin has created for all of us to embrace, to take action. And music, I truly believe, is at the heart, as Peter will tell you, of everything that is good and real and kind in this world.
Absolutely. Wow. And by the way, you're being a little modest. So I love making everybody blush. All right. You're a Nashville recording artist, right? And we put this on the bio, right? So folks could see this before we talked. But you said that you were inspired by Kevin's story, right? And your life was saved by kindness. And that's where the ripple, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit because we're going to share that with everybody. So don't go anywhere if you're in the audience. And by the way, folks in the audience, thank you so much for coming up here, spending your time with us. Share your story about how kindness made an impact in your life or someone else's, right? Go ahead and share that, put that in the chat. And if you don't mind, Tracy Ann, if you can share that a little bit about what inspired you to write the song, and we'll play it for everybody.
Yeah, I love that. So, well, first of all, you will learn a lot about me if you listen to any of my songs.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say that. Here's what happened. At the age of 20 years old, I was a victim of domestic violence, and I nearly died. And it was the kindness and the love of two very special individuals who saved my life. And that is what Ripple is about. It's about being given an opportunity to live again. And those two individuals did that for me. Now, the funny thing about that, and I'm getting a little emotional about it because, it's taken me this long to talk about it in Ripple. And it was the first time I'd really expressed that. And that was the conversation I had with Kevin. But Kevin inspired me to do something I hadn't done. The next day after I spoke with Kevin, I went on Facebook. I hunted for these incredible individuals who now live in the UK. This happened in South Africa. I'd never ever shared this with anybody, by the way. And I called them up. I found the husband's phone number. I called him up and I went, "Hi, Chris. This is Tracy Ann. And I just heard this huge belly laugh. He went, Tracy Ann. And I said, I need to chat with you and Nat. And I thanked them for saving my life. Because here's what happens in domestic violence. The physical scars heal, the emotional ones don't. And so when you're in situations like that, you go back over and over and over again, as I did. And the kindness that was given to me gave me the courage to leave for good and to not lose my life. And I was 20 years old. And I will never, ever forget that. That's the reason I love to live. Because when you nearly die, you want to live. But it is all about people saving my life that day. They were there with me and gave me the courage to actually leave for good.
Real quick, because I know people want to chime in, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I know why you share it, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. The courage you take to share this is to help others. You want to
Yes.
inspire, you want to help, you want to encourage. That is absolutely amazing. And look at the ripple effect, right? The compound effect of what happens. Kevin, you, how we're all here today. Dr. New, that's how I got involved. Dr. New said, hey, you need to meet Kevin. And look what's happening, guys. Man, there's
Yeah.
so many bad things in the world, but look at the positive. CJ, this is special to your heart. So if you want
It
to share
is.
that briefly, and we're going to get to Peter.
Board member for confronting domestic violence. So when Tracy Ann says, "Ooh, I think we're going to be working on a lot," that didn't really resonate as much in my heart as it is when you just shared your story right now. There's so many. I don't volunteer for a lot. I'm a really busy person, but confronting domestic violence is one of those things that we start here in San Diego that needs to be everywhere, right? And the inspiration for these young moms who needs help. I've talked to two already who needed so badly in the help, right? And the no blame game zone, and just getting out there and helping strangers stand on their feet to live so they too can inspire others not to do the same thing. And if they are, no blame game and just get it out. And when you said that, my entire body's goosebump just went up. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that, because you are an inspiration. And Kevin, thank you for having Tracy Ann. And I'm curious, Peter, where is Peter? More about Peter and how you got mixed into this ripple effect. Tell us a little bit about you, sir.
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having me. I met Kevin just on the streets, just walking by. And it's been about 1.5 years, I think, so far. And it's been pretty amazing to see all the things that he has done within that 1.5 years. So he's definitely a person I look up to, and he's like a brother to me now. He's like a family to me now. So, and just like Tracy said, nothing really ever happens by accident. When I met Kevin, literally, it was at 4:44, and I'm big on numbers. I'm big on angel numbers and things like that. So I just knew something special was here, and we've been very close ever since. And it's been such an honor to have my organization and some of our kids be part of all the big stuff that he's doing. So that's how Kevin and I met.
Peter, I remember like it was yesterday, because I happened to be having a coffee outside of Prince Street Cafe in downtown York, talking with someone about kindness of all things, someone I hope would embrace this vision. You happened to be walking by, and she knew you, and she invited you to join us. And the first thing you did is you looked at your phone and said, it's 4:44, and you started shaking your head. And I said, well, what's 44? And you mentioned about the number you see all the time. And I said, really? I said, because I see 1111 all the time. And there's a story behind 1111 that would fascinate everyone. But I used to see 1111 all the time for years. And long story short, when Kindness Week Worldwide evolved, it began, of all dates, on November 11th, 11/11. And so in that event, that was a connection. But as I learned more about Peter and his story, something on that day said there's a reason we were meant to talk. I heard about what he was doing with Shine Foundation of Music. I didn't yet know the connections, but I just knew at some point our paths were going to cross again. There was going to be something we're going to do with music and kindness. But Peter's story is inspirational. Peter, maybe you could share about what brought you to America, what inspired you with music, and really giving back to your community. That's, I know, has given so much to you. I know how highly you think of York, and as I do, our home community. But maybe share about that, because it's certainly is inspirational. I think everyone would love to hear it.
Sure. We came to America in '97. I was about 10 years old. Came with my parents and my brother, literally with a couple of bags, and that was literally it. We got dropped off at the bus station, which is down the street from my school here. And our biggest reason why we moved here is the village we lived in. There was a lot of religious persecution, to a point where they were kidnapping us, blowing up churches, setting them on fire. And actually, that still happens today in some parts of Egypt. So we were lucky to come here and start a life here. And, I love music. I've always loved music. It's been a big passion of mine. And as much as I really wanted to take music lessons and learn as much as I can, my parents at the time could not afford it. Their job was to provide for us, provide shelter and food, and just kind of take care of us. So I grew up, I learned how to play the drums first. So I started playing drums for churches. And then first year of college, I found a grand piano. And that's when I completely fell in love with the grand piano. And I knew this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I was willing to do whatever it took for it. So for many years, I taught myself, and I had a dream one day. It was in 2016. We have quite a few really awesome venues, really big venues here. There are a lot of big acts come in and they perform here. So I remember going to one of the venues, which is called the Pulu Center at Penn State, York. And I walked in, and I'm like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I would like to rent out the whole entire theater to do a concert. And this is like a 1,200 seater venue. And I remember walking out, and I was like, holy crap. Like, I did not even have a show. Didn't even have the people ready. Didn't even have musicians. And I had about 8 months to make it happen. So to keep it short, the day of the show, I had about 75 kids involved. I had about 15 other musicians with me, and it was a sold out concert. And that's really when my music career started, in 2016. And that's when I was able to share my nonprofit that I wanted to start, which is called the Shine Music Foundation, which provides free music to a lot of kids here in the city. The city we live in, at that time, they were cutting music in the school districts here. So it was in my heart to bring this nonprofit and share music. And for me, it's really more than just music. For me, it's more about mentorship, uplifting kids, inspiring kids, motivating kids to do great things in life, and just to give them hope. I think hope for us, when we came to America, that's all we had. And that's what really helped us to overcome a lot of things and to do some amazing things here in this amazing country. So it's been almost a decade now with the Shine Music Foundation. And we've worked with over 1,000+ kids, and so many amazing stories. I've had kids from as young as 7, 6 years old who are now professional musicians who now I pay to play at concerts with me. I got kids who are now in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I got kids who are now going overseas. They're going to Japan this month to study abroad music. Then they're going to LA for recording studio. So it's been such a lot of amazing stories with these kids, and music has been a huge part of my life, and it's my passion, and it makes me happy to work with all these kids and to see them grow musically and the way they are and how nice and kind they are. And So it's been a journey. It's been an amazing journey. Yeah.
All right. Can you all feel the heart in the room? I mean, in the comments? My goodness, man. It's unbelievable. Hey, does everybody want to hear a little bit of this with Peter and one of those folks in his organization? Y'all want to hear this?
I do.
Yes.
There you go. I want emphatic yes. Look, I've been calm enough. Everybody knows me. There you go. I can't stay. I can't behave long. All right, let's do this.
Let's go.
Where's my triangle?
Amazing.
That's Sergio.
Wow.
Such an amazing kid. I've had him for about 7, 8 years or so. I was doing a show. His mom came up to me and he was half the size of that. And she was like, hey, my son loves music. And he wants to work with you. And he's been with me for all these years. And he's been on many stages with me. And now he's going away. You know, he's all grown now. And he goes to Temple University, which is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And he's such a sweet kid. And, you know, now he shares that talent with a lot of our kids now too. So he's, you know, from being a student to also becoming a teacher. And now he's giving back to a lot of kids as well. So he's such a very talented and just good-hearted kid. And I always love being around him. He always makes me happy.
That was raw talent right there. I love it. I belong to a lot of things. There's a foundation that I work with. It's called Flora May Foundation. And basically the story is it's about bullying actually. And the mom went all out, which is one of my friends. And she's trying to create music and podcasts for kids for mental health. I definitely would want to connect you because we're trying on that end we can't end it, but at least we can try trying of getting the music as part of a program so that bullying is eliminated or at least controlled the way, especially in this country is going. But thank you for sharing that talent. And I will hook you up with one of my friend who needs definitely help on that music side. Wow, it's amazing. Thank you for doing that. Mike, don't we have one more to listen to? I mean, you know, just saying.
We do. So, Tracy, I'll leave it to you, my friend. Would you like to comment on it, or do you want to show it and then you want to comment on it? Because I know Kevin is. He's busting at the seams. He
I know, I can see it.
Man, good. He's about to pop. All right. So, what would you like, Tracy?
Yeah, I think you need to play it.
All right.
That's what I think.
Let's do it. Hey, the ice storm didn't knock it out, man. See, even the ice storm said, "Hey, we're not going to mess up kindness." Right? All right. Let's go. Let's see.
In a world torn apart by pain and strife, where darkness overshadows the light. We stand on the edge of the great divide between love's embrace and hate's cold fight. But I see a spark in the night, a flicker of hope shining bright. With every heart that chooses love, we rise above, we rise above. Love will triumph over hate, heal the broken, lift the weight. Stand together hand in hand, create a ripple across the land. Love you alone, he heals the pain, washes away the hurt and shame. We'll stand up for the bloody, the weak. With love we find the strength we seek. In the shadows where cruelty lies, kindness blooms and never dies. With every act of love we send a wave of change that will not end. But I see a spark in the night, a flicker of hope shining bright. With every heart that chooses love, we rise above, we rise above. Love will triumph over hate, heal the broken, lift their weight. Stand together hand in hand, create a ripple across the land. Love you alone, he heals the pain, washes away the hurt and shame. We'll stand up for the bullied, the weak. With love we find the strength we seek. In the shadows where cruelty lies, kindness blooms and never dies. Stand together hand in hand, create a ripple across the land. Love you alone, he heals the pain, washes away the hurt and shame. We'll stand up for the bullied, the weak. With love we find the strength we seek. We have the power, you and I, to lift each other, reach the sky. With love's ripple we'll create a world where love overcomes hate. Love deeply, love humbly, together we'll stand. With love we create a ripple effect, hand in hand we stand.
You know, when I hear that, and it came across a little bit choppy, I think, through the internet, some streaming, but it's available for download, and it's a wonderful, beautiful song. And I get emotional every time I hear it. When Tracy Ann forwarded it to me, and I knew she was working on a song called Ripple, and we actually announced its release on World Kindness Day. We announced her as an ambassador of kindness worldwide through a big announcement that day. And first time I heard that song, it just, the words speak to you, right? Because it's about the ripple effect of kindness, and literally can change the world. But it wasn't just the lyrics in the music, as beautiful it is, it's the story behind it, which I knew about. You know, you heard tonight, right? And that heart speaks through the song. And so, you know, maybe I'm biased. I don't think so. I'm not a music critic, and nor do I play one on TV. But honestly, I think that song, without even knowing the story behind it, is a top 10 hit, if not, and it should be a number 1 hit in my opinion. And it certainly is rising the charts. But knowing the story behind it, to me, it takes it over the top. And so, you know, Tracy, and I'll let you comment, and, you know, how you can access the song. It's certainly on our website, your website, but really everyone downloading the song and sharing it, it's really that good.
Yeah, you know, something I'd actually love to share with everyone is this. There's a word in Africa called Ubuntu, and it's really about coming together as one in humanity. And I truly believe that's what love and kindness is when we stand up for love and we stand up for kindness and we stand together against things that are not right. And that's what we're doing here today. And part of the story of Ubuntu is that an anthropologist goes to an African village and he has all the kids there. And he says, you need to race to the other side by that tree. And the first person who gets there is going to get the plate of food. And the kids stand there and they hold hands and they run together. And he goes to them and he says, why did you do that? And he has the linchpin. Because if one of us is sad, how can any of us be happy? And that is what Ripple is about. It's about love and kindness and about all of us taking action as leaders in our community, as people that are humans, of doing the right thing and helping others and supporting others.
Yeah, I was cutting onions, so if I get a little teary eyed, that's what that was from, right? I mean,
thought it
this
was allergies.
is just allergies, that too. Yeah, onions and allergies. But I can't be the only one. There's so much in the world that's just not okay. It's painful. It's a hard world to live in. But man, the overwhelmingness of this is just, and this is real. This is what I love about it. You guys are just doing this because you can. That's the whole impact. That's why we work well together, right? That's why we do this for one another, right? We want to make an impact. That's what the Hounds is for. It's what Kindness Worldwide is for. That is what Lua Level Up Academy is for. And I have seen such amazing people. Hopefully I can get through the comments. I cannot even keep up, y'all. This is it. This has got to be the best show we could have put on. We're not done yet. Don't leave. But seriously, I'm overwhelmed. All right. Who wants to comment? I don't even know what to say. I think it says it all. Thank you for just bringing this. Kevin, I know look at you. You about to bust again. Go ahead.
Well, there's so much I could share. Look, I can go on and on about the wonderful individuals that Peter and Tracy Ann are. And that's true of all of the Kindness Worldwide ambassadors. We have 20 of them now. We'll have more that have really become part of this movement, who are trying to pursue with passion and purpose something bigger than ourselves, because we believe in it. And but a couple of things earlier that I think it's important to note, this connection with domestic violence and Tracy Ann's story and how the act of kindness to strangers saved her life. But when Tracy and I were talking just recently, and I mentioned my connection with the York County SPCA and the animal connection, right? That's a big part of the Kindness Worldwide story. Pets are the glue that bring people and communities together. I mentioned to her that from my experience on being on the board of the York County SPCA, studies have shown that many women who are in domestic violence situations stay in those situations for fear of leaving their pets behind. And the York County SPCA has a program called Safe Pets, which literally provides safe haven for their animals so these women can get, be in safe places and leave those difficult situations. And Tracy Ann, share with me, Tracy Ann, if you want to share your story, because there's that connection again, serendipity, things coming full circle.
Yeah. So I actually had animals, and I didn't want to leave them behind. I had a cat who was actually pregnant, and had her kittens. I had two, and I wanted to stay to be there because as animal lovers, they're your children. Whether the dogs or cats, doesn't matter. They're your children, and you're not going to leave your children in an unsafe environment, right? So I didn't leave. Yeah.
Wow. Hey,
and that's just
we are the Hounds.
Another reflection.
Oh,
Again, I can't speak highly enough of the York County SPCA in my home community, but these are programs that are out there. Many people think of like animal rescues or just animal organizations. No, they're community organizations. They literally save lives. And this is just one of many programs that not just the York County SPCA has, but animal rescue organizations all throughout the country and the world have. It's more than just about animals. It really is about community and providing, safe communities, kind communities. And we can't have a culture of kindness without having, a culture of compassion for animals. I'm an animal lover, but there's that connection again. Pets are the glue that bring people and communities together. And that's just one example of many that I think are indicative of that.
Wow. I love that. I didn't even know that. Thank you for sharing that. I do have to go because I have to teach, but I I'm so touched
Answer.
by the stories and the music that you guys have shared here. I just imagine a world where every small act of kindness sparks a wave of positivity, like spreading far beyond its origin. And kindness is not just a single gesture, it's a chain of reaction. It's a simple smile that lifts someone's spirits, it's a supportive word that can inspire courage, and a small act of generosity that can create opportunities where none literally existed before, right? Each time we choose to be kind, we plant those seeds of hope and compassion, and that these ripples effect through families, communities, and even across the globe, creating that connection and fostering understanding in a world that craves it today more than ever. So thank you for being you. Thank you for this space, sister brother Mike. It's a inside joke that we have, guys. But I will love to have you guys on my network, and share your story and share your kindness to again inspire. The more places we can inspire, the better that we are as a community. So thank you for doing that. I love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thank you
CJ.
so much.
See ya.
Wow. You know, hey, I want to get to it. First of all, Tracy, we're the hounds, but we love cats too. I've got a cat. And no, you ought to see. I got to get that on video. It'll go viral. But also, Claudia Muralanda is in the house, and so I want to kind of, you know, end up wrapping up this show on a very important point. You guys are pretty much the forerunners, like York, Pennsylvania, right? Somebody had to go first, and thank you, York. Wow, stand up. Out of all the cities in the world, there you go, right? So if I'm going to go visit somewhere, I'm going to go to York. I'm going to go bother Kevin and hopefully not touch his guitar, but. Uh, Claudia, right? She's an artist. She's a business lady. You know, on that note, what can people do? What can groups and folks like this be inspired? Because I know they're inspired. I can't even get through a third of the comments. So, what can people do, Kevin, in their own communities, online, offline, artists, all kind of different? I know you got it. What can people do to
Yeah.
jump on this and really just firebomb this year, 2025, the year of kindness? What do you think?
Well, like I said, kindness worldwide is not my story; it's our story. It's a we endeavor, not a me endeavor. And the reality is that we wouldn't be having this conversation were it not about us broadly, globally, because it would have just been a ripple and nothing more were it not for coming together, not just locally, but throughout the world and collaborating and believing in something bigger. And the call to action of my speech in Palermo, Italy, in my keynote at the General Assembly of the World Kindness Movement, I meant every word. And if I didn't believe it was possible, I would not be spending the time and energy that I am, and many others are, because I'm convinced that this movement can spread through every community, anywhere and everywhere. Look, Governor Shapiro proclaimed Kindness Week in the state of Pennsylvania. I really credit him for his support. As did York City Mayor Michael Helfrich and the York County Commissioners, Adams County Commissioners, and we've had mayors in Chula Vista, California, and Delphi, Greece. But we got 49 other governors, and we got many, many other mayors. And why don't we elevate kindness and celebrate Kindness Week worldwide? We can do blood drives. We can inspire people to donate blood. That's one of the elements of Kindness Week, part of the framework. We can have police departments throughout the country, the world, issuing kindness citations to see the good that defines our communities and recognize the good citizens of our communities. We can have schools engaged like they did in York and elsewhere, embracing kindness in endearing ways. The framework is there. It's so simple. There's a proclamation already written. It's on the website. There's toolkits. As I said in Palermo, there's no reason not to, and every reason we must. And this can happen because of us. If we insist, people that are on this podcast this evening, people elsewhere, our ambassadors, all we need to do is reach out to our mayors, our governors, and say, why not? Right? Because there's an easy answer, and the answer is yes, we can. And we can do it together. Can't do it alone. John Donne once said, no man is an island. And again, if we do it together with shared passion and purpose, we can make it possible. So go to the website. There's resources there. Reach out. We're looking for sponsors. This is all heart, no ego, limited resources. I mean, what you've seen, what has happened, again, nothing less than miraculous, with basically no resources at all, just heart, passion, purpose. And there's a lot of things. The beauty about the Kindness Week Worldwide movement, it costs nothing. It's free. This movement is spreading. It doesn't cost a dime. But there are things we want to do. There's initiatives of creating a culture of kindness. And I want to talk about one briefly later about our music collaboration initiative, but they are going to take resources, right? And so we're looking for sponsors, people who want to put their name behind this movement so we can elevate it. Because if we get some tailwinds with some resources, guess what? Katie barred the door, because we're not going to stop till we get them all, but it's going to take all of us to make it happen. So I just, thank everyone. I thank you, Mike, and all the Hounds community. I thank my home community of York. I mean, I see York County represented here tonight. York County's in the house. They really were. York City is known as the first capital by historical standards, but it's also now known as the first city of kindness. But it's not going to be the last, and it's spreading. But I can't thank them enough for their support. But again, I just have no words in terms of how this has been the most meaningful endeavor of my life, totally unexpected. But we're all doing it together. And I just can't emphasize enough how important it is and just how appreciative I am of everyone's belief in me. Because very few people believed, and it was a lonely journey early on. And yet I knew, because I believed in all of you, that where this would end up. I believed in my home community of York, and boy, did they rise to the occasion. But we're going to do this together. But none of us can do it alone. But together, we're invincible, and there's nothing like the transformative power of kindness.
And gumster. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, Mike, I was just going to say, I'll give you an example of how some local businesses and community leaders can leverage the resources that Kevin has put together. I did a project for our students where I said, I want you to go to Kindness Worldwide. I want you to go and look at all of the resources that they have. And I want you to go and create some community projects together, come up with some things that you can do in the community, leveraging the resources that Kevin has provided. They went and they got some of the projects in the schools with the kids and the teachers. So they've leveraged it for all of the students in the schools. They went to some old age homes for the elderly, and they leveraged it there. Kevin has got a whole toolkit. All you got to do is take action. Just take action. They went into their businesses where they work, and they did projects, and they also went and donated time at one of the local nonprofits as well. So we have no excuses. Kindness Worldwide has given us resources. We can use them. All we got to do is get everyone together and go out and do it.
And now you know
Just
why.
ended on that.
Dan is a Kindness Worldwide global ambassador. Couldn't have said it any better. Thank you for being such a champion of this effort, Tracy Ann.
What amazing folks. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, Peter, hey, what you do because you want to pass it on, man. You want to help other kids, other people. And I want everybody out there to two things. Don't think you can't do this. Don't think you can't make an impact. Everybody that I'm surrounded about, inside and outside the Hounds, all the people, friends of the Hounds, they have one thing in common. They're just people who lived through something and decided to do something about it. Right? Hey, what are you going to do? I don't have a clue, but I'm going to do it. Right? And Kevin, you said it earlier. How am I going to do? You figured it out, man. It's the who before the what. That's what it's all about. Go out there, share who you are, share your message, share your passion. And it might take a while, but you're going to find what you need. You're going to find the people. And this is proof positive. And that's what we're all about, guys. I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but if the message hasn't been clear, all right, go out there and spread kindness. All right, it works. Go out there and do you, and you will find the stuff that you need to make it happen. Right? Look at me. I mean, come on now. I mean, I didn't do this alone. Y'all know that. Look, it was an act of kindness. It was Kevin. It was Dr. New introduced me, right? And then Kevin ended up, I met Bill Forrester. All these people, go out there and be you. All right. That's the world needs you, right? You want to make an impact in the world, but you don't have the resources and support to do it. Plug in with these folks, man. So, and by the way, I'll stop and let Peter in on this, but Kevin is right. This thing is taking off and we need to invest our time, invest resources, invest money. Never heard the man ask for anything. I actually tried to say, hey, we need to ask for, because this is going to go worldwide. All right. And this is a huge impact on people's lives. So, Peter, take us home, my friend. What message do you want to share out there, and how can communities really tap in locally and worldwide and online?
I mean, I know in New York, we have a lot of nonprofits here. So there's opportunities for everybody to come in, and whether it's the food bank or, work at schools or things that deal with children. There's always something, and nonprofits always need help. So if you reach out to them, they're going to say, yes, we need your help right away without any questions. You know what I mean? And, but like you said earlier, man, just go and do it. And, I've been blessed with this community. I've been in the trenches for many years to a point. And like you said, I was never good at asking for stuff. I've been pretty much self-funding this for a very long time. And now to a point where it got much bigger. And now to a point where people are coming to me to give me pretty much a whole building here. We're right in the heart of downtown New York, in like pretty much the most prominent area in downtown New York. But like you said, you have to put in the work first. Everything else will come. Your passion will make ways for everything that you want in life. And so just be kind, love on people, smile. Smile goes a long way. And whatever you give, you'll get back 10 times. And I've seen that. I can talk for hours about all the miracles that happened to me over the last couple of years, man. It's been crazy. Miracle after miracle after miracle. And that's why I love York so much. And there's a lot of amazing things happening here. Literally just before the stream, the police commissioner just gave me a call about a big project, which you guys will hear about this coming Saturday. We're bringing a lot of people together for this one. It will be filmed, so I'm gonna send you all the information, Mike, once it's all done. But this is another huge project because of kindness and all these amazing people here. They're coming together, and it involves music. Music is huge. So I love this place, and we are a small town here, but this town has the power to impact the world. And I'm just very honored and blessed to be in the position that I'm in, and to be with some of the most amazing people who believe in you and also uplift you along the way, and they're always there for you. So last year's been an amazing year, and this year I'm just, there's going to be some really amazing things for all of us here. So I'm pretty excited.
Well, we love you, Peter. And, I think Peter alluded to it, what he's done with Shine Foundation, the story of, Kindness Worldwide, and so many other wonderful organizations. It just shows what is possible for no reason other than heart, passion, and purpose. And I'm convinced, because I've lived it, that with those three things, literally anybody can change the world. Anything's possible. When you believe in I'm possible, the impossible becomes reality. And, I don't know, Peter, I know we got to wrap things up here momentarily, but do you want to do a little teaser for music collaboration? Because we're working on something that is part of the initiatives of Kindness Worldwide. Again, music brings people and communities together as part of our vision of creating a culture of kindness. But working on an initiative called Music Collaboration, MUSCE, musical collaboration. It's all about seeing the good, right? Everyone being seen. That's an important theme of Kindness Worldwide. And I truly believe it's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to feature children. who represent our future. It's going to incorporate musical legends of the past, who everyone's going to, they're going to be household names people are going to know. And it's going to have a bit of a play it forward type of. And so we don't want to give you too much details, but do you have any thoughts or anything you want to share, Peter, on what's coming?
I'm super excited about this project. We've been talking about this for a long time now. And this is the year to really make it happen. We're going to have some big names on it too as well, be part of it. And I think it's going to be a ripple effect. And it's really awesome. We're going to set the structure here from little old York, and to be able to see it throughout the whole entire country, the whole entire world. And it's all about spreading kindness through music. So something that we're extremely excited about.
And by the way, you remember earlier in the podcast, we talked about Peter seeing 444, and I mentioned 1111. Well, I was in Minnesota last year, remember it well. And I woke up and all these ideas just kept coming from everywhere. I mean, just like from nowhere. Where are these ideas coming from? And these inspirations. And that one morning I woke up and I had this idea, this vision for music collaboration. And I texted Peter about, hey, got this idea. What do you think? And he called me right away, all excited about it. And Peter says, Kevin, you know what time it is? And it was 11:11. So there you go. Everything comes full circle.
My goodness. I don't want to go. Y'all can tell I'm dragging this out. Y'all see that? Y'all, did you catch on to that? Gummit. So let me first thank you guys. Tracy Ann, your heart, what you have done, what you have accomplished, and what you do to give back. The more you get, the more you give. Both of you, Peter, all three of you. It's absolutely amazing. I can't even keep up with the comments. We didn't get through half of them. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you for being our guest. I can't think of a better way to launch this new year. And hey, this ain't a fad, guys. This is not a fad. All right. They've already accomplished a lot, but we've got a lot more to accomplish. The Hounds of Business, myself and all the folks showing up, all the friends of the Hounds, people who believe in you all individually. I can't look at the overwhelming support. Get behind this. All right. Get behind it. Get behind something meaningful, something special. That's my calling card. So thank you so much. And again, Kevin, I'm gonna make you blush a little bit. You need to grow a beard when you get on my show, buddy. But I'll tell you, I tell you, you could have just said, "Oh, that was nice," but you put that business on hold, that expansion. You maintain, and you decided to go out there and do this. Your family, people backed you up on this. We want to thank you. I know you're always thanking everybody else, dadgummit, but we're going to thank you because you did not have to do this. You chose to do this, and look at the impact and the firestorm of positivity you're making. That's right. Go ahead. Onions are bad today, brother. I told you. So we appreciate you, man. You don't have to do this. We see there's a lot behind the scenes and leadership that people don't get to see. So from the bottom of all our hearts, all the comments in here, thank you for being who you are. And it's an absolute pleasure to push you up. All right. All right. We got it.
My friend, but it's been an adventure. And I know you've know the scenes, the adventure it's been. And thank you. That means a lot to me. It means the world to me. Thank you so much.
Hey, we're going to have this on again. And all the folks that artists, whatever you do, hey, plug in, go to kindnessworldwide.org, go out there and support each other. This is not a game, man. And I want to make sure that people understand that. So plug in, make this happen. We love more people, man. Compound effect. All right. Don't go at it alone. All right. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to end on a very special note. No outro music for the Hounds. All right. We are going to go play the drum battle. Peter, all right? All those amazing people in his organization. Is that good with you, Peter?
Sure, man.
This is Junior, and who are the two drummers? Peter, give us a little backstory.
Sure. One of our this is at one of our concerts, and Junior was one of my main drummers that grew up with me throughout the organization. And then we had another student, Sanaya, and man, she's getting good. Every time she's improving so much. So we were like, well, our next concert, we're going to have you guys do a drum battle. So we had 2 drum sets on the stage, and they went at it. And she put up a nice big fight with him. So that's what you guys are about to see. Yeah.
Hey, kindnessworldwide.org. Everybody go plug in. Thank you for everyone showing up today. Hounds of Business. Hey, you guys, y'all, hey, if it wasn't for kindness, I wouldn't be here right now. A lot of grace, a lot of pushing people up. That's what we're about. If you're I'm going to give myself a shameless plug because we want to see more people win. You out there, hope you're inspired by these folks. If you have a desire to do something special, don't say, "Oh, I'm nobody, I can't do it." Yes, you can, dadgummit. And if you need the support and resources, you tap into us. All right, that's what you do. All right, we're here for you. So let's do this. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Peter, and
Thank you.
Tracy Ann. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next Wednesday. We're going to keep this going. It's just going to keep on, and we'll have you guys back as soon as possible. And Claudia, hey, go ahead and start calling them artists out there. All right, we're going to get them next. All right. So be good, everyone. We're going to play this video.